Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky Widmer here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to give you my 5 pickups for fantasy football heading into week number 11. These are the 5 guys that the rule I like, if you're new to these videos, the rule I like to put on this one is all these guys are under 40% owned in ESPN leagues, so there's a good chance that you guys can find someone here, and I'm looking at the ones I have, a couple 2s, 127, or 1, 2, a 27, a 34, and then 2 in the range of 12 and 14. Let's get right into it. Number 5, I wanted to put him in as a sleeper. However, you could pick him up and use him as a sleeper. He'd be number 6 on my sleeper list, but Wes Welker of the Rams, 12.5% owned in ESPN leagues. And the reason why I have him as a pickup this week is there's a few wide receivers on the bye. Antonio Brown, Martavius Bryant, Odell, Ruben Randall, Travis Benjamin. You've got Colston and Brandon Cooks, and you may need someone. Well, Wes Welker in his first game with the Rams, 3 catches, 32 yards, 3 points in fantasy. Not the best performance. However, as he gets more acclimated to this team, there's a chance the role can increase. And he's going up against the Baltimore Ravens, who haven't done well against opposing quarterbacks and opposing wide receivers. So get him now. And even if you don't start him, even if you say, I'm just going to pick him up and stash him, then you have a wide receiver that could possibly become a big role in this Rams team that doesn't have Stedman Bailey for a little bit longer. And number 4, I will say I originally had Will Tye, and then right before recording this video was like, duh, he's on the bye this week. But don't worry, I got a fill in for you. Coby Fleener, 14.9% of ESPN leagues. And the reason why I say that is Atlanta hasn't done the best against the tight end. However, the bigger reason why is Matt Hasselbeck is going to be starting this game. Let me say that again. Matt Hasselbeck is going to be starting this game with Andrew Luck being out with his injury from, what did they say, 2 to 6 weeks. The last time Matt Hasselbeck started a game this season was against Jacksonville, and I'm just going to read you this stat line for Coby Fleener. 9 catches, 83 yards, 1 tutty, 14 fantasy points in a standard ESPN league. There's a chance Matt Hasselbeck could go back to Coby Fleener in this one. Now, is he a for sure lock? No, Coby Fleener never is. I mean, then the next game he had, 2 catches for 9 yards. But I like to look more to that Jacksonville one where he had 14, and he's only owned at 14% of leagues. So, I mean, if you got a Will Tye, if you've got a Miller with the Steelers, a big game, Gary Barnidge, you could go with Coby Fleener for a week. It won't hurt you too much. Plus, Matt Hasselbeck likes to throw to Fleener. And number 3, I've got Alex Smith going up against the San Diego Chargers. And the Chargers, to me, they're not going to have the best game against the Chiefs. Defensively, the Chiefs are going to own them. And Alex Smith owned in 34.6% of games. He's been picking it up the past few weeks and can continue that trend this week against the Chargers. Then number 2, and I was a little bit puzzled with number 2. I was like, do I put number 2 down or do I not? And I decided to, because this is a week, like I said, Antonio Brown's on the bye, Martavius Bryant's on the bye, Odell Beckham, Ruben Randall, Benjamin, Colston, more Brandon Cooks with the Saints. And if you need a wide receiver, I mean, 27% on the dot owned in ESPN leagues. Doug Baldwin, he had a big game last week, but the one thing I'll tell you is he hasn't been very consistent. But if you're in a deep league and you really need a wide receiver, you can go ahead and get Doug Baldwin going up against the San Francisco 49ers, who haven't done the best against opposing wide receivers so far this season. Then at number 1, 2.3% of leagues, he's starting for the injured Andrew Luck, Matt Hasselbeck. And The reason why I say that is they're going up against the Falcons. The Falcons have not done well against quarterbacks the past few weeks. Matt Hasselbeck is a veteran quarterback, can probably try to bring this Colts team out of the despair, which is their 4-5 record right now. I would pick up Matt Hasselbeck just in case he plays well. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to start him. Even if you don't start him this week, you can be like, hey, you know what? I'll start him next week if he has a big game because Andrew Luck's going to be out for some time. Plus, he's owned in, like I said, 2% of league, so there's a really big chance you could get him in your league. I guarantee he's probably available in your league. But that's going to do it for my pickups video this week for fantasy football in week number 11. Let me know down below what you guys think of my pickups this week. Is there anyone that I left off that you're like, hey, man, you know what? I'm really looking at this guy to pick up. I already put the waiver claim on him as we speak. Let me know down in the comment section. Or you can hit me up there right on Twitter. Somewhere up in that corner is my Twitter tag, my Twitter call sign, my @Ricky_Widmer. Go ahead, hit me up on Twitter. I'm at a loss for words. It's late, guys. It's getting really late. You guys can go ahead, hit that like button if you liked it, that sub button if you loved it. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I will see you guys in the next one, but as always, have a good day, everybody.